far for the most NFL history. Mike Evans, the first player in NFL history to start off his career with consecutive 1,000-yard seasons, 7 of them. He is an absolute legend. Shout out to my guy, Mike Evans. But it was good, and there was bad. What do I mean by that? Evans would go down, and you're going to see it right here. Tom Brady actually hits him in the numbers, but he awkwardly steps with his left leg. He actually tries to get up. He crumbles. This was a sad sight because once a guy crumbles to the ground, you're thinking to yourself, well, this has to be bad. Watch his left leg. It slips. Looks like an hyperextension, and if that's it, if that's the extent of it, that's a good thing. We don't know right now, so we will keep you posted. We do know he had a 1,000-yard season, 13 TDs, and he's one of the best receivers in the business. All right, let's keep this thing going. Tom Brady, though, he was willing and dealing, man. He hits his wide receiver, Chris Godwin. He had a couple of touchdowns on the day, and Antonio Brown was making plays. Speaking of Antonio Brown, they're up by 10. Check him out. Time in the pocket, Tom Brady. And then you see Antonio Brown. He walks the line like Johnny Cash, and he gets on in the end zone.
Nice.
Got it. That offense is cooking. I know we talk about it all the time. Who's playing well right before the playoffs? Well, you know what? It's Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Bruce Arians has these guys focused. They win this one convincingly. 44-27 with 11-5 record to finish off the regular season. Speaking of the head coach, let's hear from Bruce Arians on Tom Brady playing his best ball.
I think he broke Peyton Manning's record for first being with the first team, throwing 40 touchdowns. I think Peyton had 37. So I know he'll like that. Peyton will be pissed. But, I mean, when we first met, that's really what we talked about. The guys that we have and what he could do with the players that we have. Adding Robbie Gronkowski to the mix just helped. But, and I envisioned 40. I really did.
Bucs are 11-5, finish the season that way. They travel to a 7-9 Washington football team in the wild card round. That game Saturday night, 8:15 p.m. Eastern. That is on NBC. I double-checked. I'm a little scared, Nate, of these Bucs. I wasn't scared of them when they were inconsistent, but they're finding some kind of rhythm at the right time. They have won 4 straight. Those are crazy numbers. They're the 3rd-ranked offense behind only the Packers and the Bills for the past month. A little scary.
I'd say a lot scary, Kay.
What do you think of their matchup against Washington?
I like their matchup against anybody at this point in the season. They have Tom Brady, who has more experience in the playoffs than any other quarterback. A group of wide receivers. We'll see what happens with Mike Evans. That's making plays. And the one thing I love about this wide receiver group, they're different sizes, different styles, different speeds. So they don't just have a whole bunch of the same dude. They have a big frame like Chris Godwin. If Mike Evans is healthy, we know what he can do. Antonio Brown, Scotty Miller, and Robbie. Is he talking about Gronkowski?
Robbie. Belichick never robbied him.
Yeah, never robbied him. That just shows you the type of chemistry. Yeah, I feel like it is that. It's chemistry. It's like chemistry class. It's the matter and the bonds and the elements and the winning structure that they're building.
And talent.
And they're finally passing the one class that they struggle with, which was gaining that chemistry. Yeah. And
they're
that's why
physics.
That's why I like the Brady-led Bucs up against anybody right now.
Yeah, Tom Brady just finished the regular season with 4,633 passing yards.
So crazy.
40 touchdown passes and 12 interceptions. If you just look at that number and said 11-5, and we didn't have Derrick Henry and Mahomes, you'd say that's a surefire Hall of Fame MVP season. 4,600 passing yards and 40 touchdowns at 43. It's never been done before. It looks better now than he did in September, October, November.
Oh, yeah.
And before you say, yeah, but they beat the Falcons gave the Chiefs everything they could handle a week earlier. Yeah, but they beat the Lions. The Rams lost to the Jets. Like, no excuses are needed. No yeah buts. This team is as playing as any team in football. They're playing as well as any team in football. And I know we've got a lot of teams in the NFC. I don't know where I punch my ticket or how I can pay for it, but if it's Brady versus Rodgers in Lambeau for the NFC Championship game, I will be there. I don't care. I'm just going to break all the protocols. I will be there.
You're going to break the protocols?
Yeah,
hazmat suit? Like with their hair on fire, baby.
I'll be in a hazmat suit and I'll be there.
Like Outbreak?
I got to see that one.
Okay. Listen, Brady's got to get through Washington first. Listen, if I'm trying to think of a team that would scare Tom Brady, I'd be like, who do we have to play? I want a veteran quarterback who's just as fearless as he is.
Keep going.
That.
Keep going.
I want everything about Washington's D-line is so scary. They're even named like pain and sweat. I don't want any part of that.
Chase.
Yes, chase, pain, and sweat. I think Tom Brady has anything to do with that. Yeah. However, I will say, you're talking about chemistry and everything. The biggest compliment I can give the Bucs right now is I think in a lot of other situations, with what happened with Mike Evans, we'd be all like, oh, they're screwed. I don't, if Mike Evans can't play, they can't win. They're so loaded where, like, if Mike Evans is out, I think they still can win. Are you familiar with what Brady did with Antonio Brown yesterday? Love anyone in your life as much as Brady loves AB. You know, we're talking about these incentives.